Science and faith, Agham at Paniniwala. Two ideas that when placed side by side may easily spark a heated debate. But have you ever wondered why are these words treated as mutually exclusive? Dr. Mary Jane Flores, Dean of the College of Science, Ms. Regina Tresvales, Associate Dean, Dr. Jose Isagani Hanairo, Chair of the Biology Department, distinguished guests, faculty, administrators, parents, guardians, Bachelor of Science in Human Biology graduates ID 121 and 122. What a wonderful day it is to celebrate this council. When we hear the word science, we often think of biology, math, physics, medicine, a certain thing. When we hear the word faith, we often think of beliefs, churches, prayers, the beauty and weight of uncertainty. One is rooted in evidence, in facts, and the other in trust, in belief. We were taught to believe that they belong in different rooms, speaking different languages. But maybe they're part of the same story, our story. Science is fact and faith is belief. That's how most people would draw the line between these two, placing them in stark contrast. But I beg to differ. These two concepts are not contrary to one another. In fact, they are deeply intertwined. How? Let me tell you my story. You cannot direct the winds, but you can adjust your sails. 9 years ago and 3 years ago, I had the privilege of saying this immortalized quote to my fellow graduates. Today, the 6th and 12th grade Andrei once again echoed this line, a powerful reminder that life is not linear, nor always the fantasy we dream it to be, but rather, life is shaped by the unpredictable gusts of the winds. It is this unpredictability that compels us to believe in both science and faith in our lives. Science teaches us that the winds can be charted with equations in physics and mathematics, but it is faith that allows us to trust those predictions and to hope that things will unfold as we imagine. Yet, as we venture into the vast waters of life, we sometimes forget. We forget to use science, to think critically, to innovate, to recognize our power to create change. We forget to use faith, to believe in ourselves, to believe in the very science we study, and to believe in God, who enables us to integrate both science and faith in our lives. When I entered college, I had one clear goal: to serve the underprivileged, whether within these four walls or out in the greater community. No more, no less. I started strong, convinced that college would be simple, a continuation of what I had already known. I entered my academic weapon era, believing I had it all figured out. I was honored to be elected as your batch president of DLSU Focus 2022, serving you with bold conviction and a deep sense of duty. That purpose extended beyond the campus through our Bawat Lasaliano recognized Medical Mission 2023 Bridging Health Towards a Better Reality project, which brought real impact to those in need. It was never just about leading, it was always about serving. Not from above, but from beside. For the people and with the people. Because true leadership is not measured by titles or positions, but by the weight of the burdens we choose to carry and the lives we dare to uplift. I held onto that mission with a fierce sense of clarity and purpose, at least in the beginning. But as time went on, the reality of life began to blur that once sharp vision. Academic frustrations, pressure, and self-doubt began to pile up as I journeyed through. I began to question myself, my capacity, my self-worth, and whether I had chosen the right path at all. There were days I clung to science, analyzing, overthinking, trying to control every variable. And there were days I could only rely on faith, to breathe, to endure, and whisper, bahala na. Bahala na. Madalas na ituring bilang pagsubok, relinquishing control, and leaving everything to chance. But to us, it has become a battle cry. A quiet yet courageous choice to face the unknown, to face the world's toughest storms. Suntok sa buwan, ika nga, pero tumaya pa rin tayo. Because it was never about giving up. It's about releasing of what we can control while holding on to the dreams we refuse to let go. Today, I stand before you not as the brightest student, but as a student who rose every after downfall, a leader who walks along those who stumble, and a person who refused to let go of his dream when letting go would have been easier, but holding on meant something greater. I stand before you as a product shaped by every trial endured, every failure turned lesson, every redirection embraced, and every moment that tested my resolve. And I stand as a reminder that you too are a living testament, carrying within you your silent struggles, your quiet victories, your sleepless nights of doubt, and the mornings that demanded the kind of courage you never knew you had. Now, our bahala na turns into ito na. Ito na ang araw na ang mga pangarap ay may sasakatuparan. Ito na ang araw na ang bawat patak na luha ng kalungkutan ay mapapalitan ng luha ng kagalakan. At ito na ang bunga ng bawat pagsubok, bawat dasal, at bawat araw na hindi tayo bumitaw sa ating mga mithi. The fruit of science and faith. As we reap the fruits of our labor, let us not forget those who stood by us, quietly, faithfully, and without fear. Let me take this opportunity to thank those who have been part of my long journey. To my Pampanga friends, Lars, Jonah, Sean, Ariza, to Slay, to Group 4B, to Human Biology Block 2, especially Lance, Anna, Kia, JM, Ali, Kea, Kath, El, and Amber. To my dearest mentors in DLSU, Dr. Ralph, Doc Ellis, and Doc Anthony. To my mentors in DLSMHSI, Doc JC, Doc Ren, Doc Cha, Doc RJ, Doc Ron, and Doc Darby. To the Office of Student Life, Sir Zombie, Sir Pat, and Sir Toffer. To Alyansang Tapat sa Lasalista, DLSU USG, Science College Government, and my beloved DLSU Focus 2022. Benny, Tracy, Aliyah, Nina, Jimson, Shelby, Chloe, Clark, Jana, and Mika. To our dearest administrators, Doc Medjane, Miss Reggie, Miss Tina, and of course, to my seven family, Tita Lian, Tito Bernie, Tita Miriam, Tito Fed, and Adelene. And lastly, to my ever-supportive family, Apollo, Ma, Pa, and of course, to God. This belief, this support, this love, these are the true foundation of our journey. Thank you all for walking with me. Each one of us stands here not just because of what we've done, but because of those who chose to believe in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. As we leave this life halls, let us all remember this. We have science as our compass, to question, to explore, to heal, and to understand. And we have faith as our anchor, to believe, to trust, and to persevere even when we doubt. Because in truth, the winds of life may never be within our control, but with science, we can adjust our sails, and with faith, we can conquer even through the greatest storms. Imagine the kind of world we can build when we marry science with faith, innovation with compassion, where doctors do not only cure but also listen, where scientists pursue truth not for accolades but for the betterment of communities, where teachers not only teach but also transform. This is the power of science fueled by faith. This is the kind of graduate DLSU University sends into the world. Sa tulong ng Agham at sa lakas ng paniniwala, magtatagumpay tayo. Hindi lang para sa sarili, kundi para sa bayan. Through science and with faith, let us direct the winds to the person that we envision to be. Defy the odds and always strive for excellence. Not just for ourselves, but for the people and with the people. And now, you can direct the winds by adjusting your sails. Congratulations to all of us. Maraming salamat, Kolehiyo ng Agham. Thank you for the wonderful years, DLSU University, Paniniwala.